Did you make Kate cry?
No.
So where did that come from? Was there a situation where she might have cried or she could have cried?
No, the reverse happened.
Meghan cried over something Kate was upset about. And this is the first time we're really getting the details on this, thanks to this Oprah interview. The reason that the palace refused to correct this storyline is fascinating. The palace has a history of swapping stories. So if I am a reporter and I come to the palace and I say, I've got this like pretty scandalous headline about William, the palace would swap out that story for a story about Harry. They'd say, I'm going to give you this story about Harry if you'll kill this William story. So this has been going on literally for 20 years or so. Harry has been a victim of this forever. So this is not something that should surprise Harry as much as it would surprise Meghan, who's never had to deal with this kind of public PR chaos in her life. At one point, Oprah asks Meghan, why do you think that the palace didn't say anything? And Meghan kind of lifts her eyebrows and says, good question. But what we do know is that it's a PR strategy that the palace has done for decades. The palace absolutely has to paint Kate in the perfect light. And if that means running over Meghan Markle, to them, it's justified. Kate is going to be queen one day. So they're doing everything in their power to keep her innocent and pure. I don't think that this will change the public opinion of Kate, because this is the only example that Meghan Markle has ever given us of Kate being ugly to her. Meghan explains herself that it's really palace officials that have kind of created this animosity and allowed these headlines to run crazy. Meghan says her one regret is trusting the palace when they told her that they would protect her. They did not do so, to the point that it created chaos with her mental health. And really the only justification, or the only way they would justify it, is their priority is to protect the crown, which is William and Kate. Rude versus racism absolutely does exist. And that was one of those clips we didn't get to see until this morning. Waity Katie was something that they called Kate Middleton when she had to wait over 10 years for Prince William to ask her to marry him. And then with Meghan Markle there, it was like straight out of Compton, those kinds of horrific headlines. So Meghan Markle's got a really good point that some of the headlines and the jokes around her were cruel, of a cruel nature. When Kate Middleton's, it was, kind of fluffy, kind of teasing. When it comes to racism in the palace, when it comes to some of those more serious topics, I almost wonder, this is personally, I almost wonder if they feel ill-equipped to handle them. I don't know if it is a dig at Meghan Markle, we just don't like her, we're going to make her life miserable, or if they are just not educated enough to handle it properly.
There is a conversation. Hold up.
There's
Stop
several
right now.
there are several conversations.
There's a
about
conversation with you,
with Harry,
about how dark your baby is going to be?
potentially, and what that would mean or look like.
Ooh. And you're not going to tell me who had the conversation?
I think that would be very damaging to them.
It was revealed in the Oprah interview that someone within the family expressed concerns about the baby's skin tone. I mean, drop the mic. It's insane. It's the most shocking part of the interview. Meghan doesn't reveal who it is. And then Oprah brings out Harry. Harry refuses to reveal who it is. He's visibly shaken, even having to go back there in his mind. What we do know, thanks to the CBS interview with Oprah Winfrey on Monday, is that it's not the Queen and it's not Prince Philip. Harry wanted Oprah to reiterate, it's not the Queen, it's not Prince Philip. But they were concerned about the baby's skin tone, and Meghan Markle, I mean, that devastated her. It devastates all of us, truly. I have a sneaky suspicion that we will find out who had that conversation with Prince Harry about the baby's skin tone. Prince Harry loves his grandmother, and he loves his grandfather, and he loves his family. I think he's actually really devastated that things turned out the way they did. He wanted to make sure that he protected his grandmother and his grandfather when it came to that rumor. He didn't want those rumors all over the internet, and you know, they already are. So it's nice that he did have Oprah mention it's not Prince Philip, it's not the Queen. And he does love his family. He's trying to protect his family as much as he can. There is definitely a hunger to identify the person that said this, because you don't want somebody that even remotely thinks that way to be maybe perhaps the future king, right? So people are really concerned about who this could be. Rumors are all over the internet already happening, and then people are starting to look at the past. I mean, check out Kitty Kelly's book. She talks a little bit about comments that were made within the royal family decades ago. So that information is out there, and what this has done is it has brought it back up to the surface, and now these conversations are happening again.